Hey heroes, Isaac Zephyr here, and we're just in the animal farm watching cows push each other into walls as they spontaneously grow up. I think it brings a whole new meaning to the terms growing up hurts. You can see the little beefs down there as they're already dying. They take up more space when they grow up, so being present with this farm as they do this is, well, I guess kind of best for its, overall outcome. I mean, if this happens, you got about 5 minutes to get there before those couple disappear, but you still get good output anyway. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that looks about it. Alright. Down the hatch. With that leather too. Yeah, I've been at this for a while. This is about 4th or 5th stack of wheat. Can't recall, but alright. Doesn't matter too much. Let's get another one down there. And then we'll show you what we've been working on. Yeah, this room is so laggy. So laggy. Just the sheer number of entities while I'm using fraps. Not a huge issue, though. Alright. New computer in the next couple of weeks, so nothing to worry about then. This is actually just an episode before me and Rifty have a date night, so it's just kind of more or less a fill-in. I've been continuing to work on projects. I've actually added a path that way so that the grass can get to our other hallway a little bit faster, because the path down the ravine isn't going too well. It keeps getting stuck, and I'm guessing it's because of lighting, but not 100%, so I wanted to make sure I at least had a backup route. Quarter stack of wheat, 16 cows. Or no, half stack of wheat, 16 cows. And then full stack of wheat, you get about 32, and then their drop output is pretty damn good. You can see I've been in here for an hour or so, just kind of monitoring them. If we go down the hole, I was actually thinking of other ways to possibly do this. Maybe a lava blade, because then when they grow, they're the 1.2 height, so they'd burn to death. Not sure. But yeah, there's our output so far. We got 3 stacks of beef and at least another stack of leather. Not bothering to take it because I still got 30 leather upstairs to work with first. We definitely need to start getting our sugarcane in if we're gonna start mass producing books. Still gotta decorate that room first, but one of our steps before then is in terms of just printing everything up, is getting our wool farm functioning. And whoa, that was bad. So in kind of my time between episodes, I was working on finally getting the roof here high enough for the design I wanted. And the grass is starting to grow all the way around. Yeah, if we look it through, there's a couple of patches because we're actually starting to get underneath a small waterbed, or possibly the ocean. I'm not quite sure. I think, yeah, because the middle hole was next to a river biome as it was. So we got all this. Now we finally got to get rid of this here, which is going to be, I got a kind of a method for doing it that I wanted to share. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this dirt temporarily. Zombie. I heard him fall. Yeah, I had a creeper fall into this room and blow up this section here. It was not too fun. Or no, it was over there. Anyway, creeper fell in and blew something up, so I've got to kind of secure this room off. As you can tell, there's a lot more torches around than normal. So what we're going to do is we're going to make just a temporary staircase. Because in order to know how much of this we got to take out, we got to kind of put some defining borders on it. So we're going to cut through here till we get to the other side. because this is our one wall that's not leading to a hole. There's also a lot of iron up here that I saw while I was going through stuff that I want to pick up. There we go. So that finally defines this wall here. Now I'm thinking either I want to make like a room up here, which would be kind of cool, just like could be a place to put pigs. But I'm not 100% right now. So for now, it's all gotta go. And I can use the roof space later.
It was your father. He had two options for you to purchase at Walmart. Okay? I think one is $12 and one is $18. So he says I should take you before I drop you off for lunch with your friends. You can buy it and take care of that backyard.
There we are. Yeah, as you can see, there's iron ore all up in here. And I really want, especially considering we lost all that iron armor earlier.
Hello, is Veronica there? I'm sorry, she's not available right now. May I take a message? Yeah. This is her father. Okay, father.
Alright. So we're going to be stuck up here for a bit. But till then, I wanted to talk about a comment I got the other day, actually. And it was a fellow Caleb, was the first name on the YouTube account. I can't recall the last name off the top of my head. He left comments on a couple of my videos, and you know what, I actually enjoyed it. It was nice to wake up and see that. But one of the ones that he asked about was just if I had any tips for starting a YouTube channel, and I replied to the comment for him. But I figured, you know, it's something that I should probably, you know, if people are curious, I figure it's just something that I should put my 2 cents worth in on. Because, I mean, you know, plenty of YouTubers have done it before, where it's a very commonly question asked. I mean, even I was asking it in the early days back in October. But I guess the best piece of advice that I can give is honestly, like the first one, you got to do it because you want to. You got to do it not just for the sake of doing it, but because you actually want to do it. I mean, you've seen my redstone stuff. That was stuff that I was all doing like on my own, the poultry press, things like that. And it just kind of became over time tiresome just to be making it all on my own. Because it was like, yeah, cool, I made this thing. I narrowed down all of my options for performing this activity, and this is the one that I came up with that actually works. And then who do I get to share it with? You know, myself, Rifty, my occasional friend, and, you know, the odd time guys on servers, and, you know, they generally weren't too keen on all of my redstone stuff. So I tended to avoid redstone on servers. So overall, it was like, yay, cool, I kind of get to keep it to myself, where, you know, someone else might be able to use this, or might have been curious about this, could be, you know, exploring the same option right now. So it was kind of like, I had decided that, you know, I wanted to be able to share what I do in Minecraft, and, you know, my thought process, and things like that. So I started, you know, doing this. It also brought a lot of fun back to Minecraft for me, because I was starting to, once again, just kind of feel like it was just me on my own, and I mean, I actually have two brothers. Nevernight's actually, I never actually mentioned it. He's actually my brother, or we share a mother at least. But I like to spend a lot of time with him, just fiddling around, playing mini games and stuff recently, and that's just something that I've never had the opportunity to do with him as well. Like, the server that we play on is his, so it's whitelisted. I would share it if it was more public, but we get to screw around like that all the time. And you know, that's actually one of the things I'm more enjoying recently as well. I mean, I love filming, and, you know, being able to share ideas and designs, rooms, things like that. But I mean, overall, I just enjoy the ability to share with others. I mean, I already made one mini game. I'm working on another one. A little more complicated this time. Well, actually, less complicated redstone-wise, but more complicated just in terms of its actual playability. So I'm trying to narrow that down. Alright, the second kind of piece of advice I had to give was just a matter of, you gotta like have an idea of what you're gonna do every day. Because I mean, you know, if this was what I was doing, if I had just sat here with you guys and done all of this roofing, and then you know had this bit here and had gotten to this, you know, 2 episodes from now because I just decided to film doing the 2 hours of taking the roof out, well then, you know, that'd be 3 or 4 episodes of just, you know, nothing productive getting done. I mean, I wanted to do this roof bit just because it was an interesting thing. I'd never kind of tackled taking out the middle of something before. So it was like, okay, you know what, it's worth, to me, doing something on. Especially with all, like, the iron up here. Like, I mean, I could easily have just taken out the top layer and TNT'd it. That would have taken about a couple of minutes, but I wanted this opportunity to, you know, just talk as well. The other thing is I find TNT is a waste of sand, because sand is not an infinite resource as far as I know. I mean, if anyone knows a tip or cheat for duplicating sand, I'm all for it. But as it stands, other than stripping the desert dry, which they are now drier in the new snapshot, other than stripping the desert dry, there's no kind of limitless form of sand, so I don't really want to be making TNT if it's going to be costing me the sand that I could potentially be using for sandstone or anything else like that. Alright. And the last thing I had, other than episode planning and just making sure you're doing it for the right reasons, is honestly just don't try to be someone you're not while you're filming, because I mean, Isaac, for me, like, it's not my real name. As much as everyone would believe that because of, you know, it being a common name, it's not my actual name. It's my screen tag. I made it originally because Isaac was a book character of mine. So it just kind of I became known as Isaac more than I became known as my regular name. So I stuck with it for a screen tag here on YouTube and whatnot. Also made, you know, my skin customized based on the book character and all that fun stuff. So it became more like a character identity, but I still don't, like, I don't go out of my way to act like Isaac. I mean, if I acted like the Isaac that I wrote about in my books, I'd be stern, stoic, and not do much at all. I mean, I wouldn't have this fun, or fun-ish exterior. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I mean, you know, I joke around, I swear a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I try to just share stuff with you guys. Isaac overall is very much a man of duty and doing things, whereas you know, I play this game a little more lax than that. So if I was truly wanting to be Isaac, it would be a stretch to be not myself in that sense. I mean, yeah, it's difficult to describe, considering that, you know, it isn't my real name and it's not me that I'm playing. I mean, I make my me on my 3DS and my Wii look exactly like me for the sake of, because, you know, that's more of a social thing, and I want people to get to know the real me. And I mean, you know, if I was on a server or something, you know what, maybe then I'd share a bit more information and whatnot, be able to pal around. I mean, I pal around with Nevernights all the time. It's a strain to actually call him Nevernights while I'm actually on my channel instead of just, you know, Bro or his actual name. But, you know, it's a matter of his privacy as well as mine. You know, I request that he calls me Isaac while we play, and he respects that enough that he does. So I respect him enough to use Nevernights. And I'm not sure if I've heard he's been uploading recently, and you know, I don't mind it at all. He has been filming, at least. I'd probably share tips with him on filming and whatnot, but he's very much himself when we play together. I'm not sure how he plays alone, but when we're palling around, that's exactly how we palled around all the time, as when we were kids. I mean, I'm about 5 or 6 years older than him, being 21 now, so he's just, you know, a teen, but he's a good guy. I could probably leave a link to his channel in the description, possibly. I'd have to find it. I know he's subscribed to me. I should probably subscribe to him so I can pay some more attention to what he's doing. But anyway, just overall, you know, being yourself, it's really important if you're gonna, like, stick with filming, because if you've got to pull out your recording software, pull out Minecraft or whatever you're going to be recording, and then put on a face so that you're going to be able to actually do it in the first place, then it's just going to become a chore after a while. And I mean, some people are better at it than others. I mean, I had the episode where I, used my terrible Skeletor impersonation and went out of my way to, you know, play it up. The problem with that, though, is that, I died almost immediately. I was too busy thinking about being the character and not just being myself and doing what I would normally do. So it screwed me over. So it's almost the perfect example. I mean, I like doing impersonations now or again, a little comedy skit. Because, it's fun. It's what I actually enjoy doing. But yeah, if you have to stop and think about not only what you're actually doing in the game, but also about being in a character, you're going to have a tough time just kind of doing things. Yeah. Anyway. So I think that's kind of all I had to say on that subject. Another thing Caleb asked about was just saying with the lag and whatnot. And you know what? I acknowledge that it's there. I have acknowledged it's there since day one. In terms of just an update on it, though, I have been working another job, which is kind of also why I haven't really had the time to just be playing and filming as much as I'd like to. But overall, that's actually going well. I'm making a decent pay, and I've been starting to put some aside to get a new laptop, actually. Because I've actually been, even since day one, filming on a laptop, and it's been a pretty good one, except there's some sort of problem with it. It's got about, I've explained my specs on it before. It's got 6 gigs of RAM, but I've been told that my processor isn't very good, and then I'll tell people that the processor's not good, and then, describe kind of the issues I'm having, and they think it's, my copy of Windows on the device, because what ends up happening is it's actually a 64-bit OS for Windows, and then not all of my programs are still running as 32-bit, so they think it's my Windows is screwed, and everyone's giving me a different answer. The end result is I've put enough money into this already to get the new hard drive, as you guys remember when it crashed after my first couple of episodes. So that was why I changed to that second world I was in, and then further again changed to this one. But yeah, it's just going to be a matter of probably either early to mid-May. I'll be having a new device, a little bit more RAM, just because for the cost I want to put into it and what I want to be doing with it. I want to be able to be running filming software and Minecraft and still get a decent frame rate. Because I mean, with 6 gigs of RAM, despite half of it not working because of whatever problem is wrong with my computer, I want to have that nice crisp fluid about 30 frames a second, even and when I'm not playing, possibly even up to 60, because it's difficult by far to actually play when everything around you is, I guess, thinking faster than you can react. It's probably the best way I've ever described lag. But yeah, overall, I want to be improving just for my own sake and for the sake of, keeping this entertaining. I always enjoy, new subscribers and whatnot, and I feel like if I work harder for you, then I guess the rewards feel better for me. Because, I mean, if I was just, I know Rifty's got probably about 5 times my subscriber base, does nothing with it, rarely uploads, but, it's the way that she wants to do things. I feel like if I want to put the effort in, because, I want to make something worth watching and worth following in the end. So yeah, I think that's about, yeah, I'm going to go with that's about all I have to say on the two subjects. Between new computer and improving my quality, and then just, my tips for if you want to do the same. I guess one more thing I could say in terms of doing yourself on YouTube is just don't do the same thing that everyone else does. I mean, I acknowledge that, a lot of people do Minecraft, but I mean, I try to do Minecraft my way. I mean, that means that, I use stone tools a lot. I don't actually use my diamonds for, anything. I squirrel stuff away and manually pull stuff out of the ceiling instead of using TNT. Like, I try to do it my way, and I squirrel away, all the stuff I get for use later. Normally, with the cobblestone, I've been smelting it to smooth stone and then using that again for stone bricks. Yeah, just do things your way. Don't try to be somebody else. Yeah, that's about, yeah, I think that's about it. It's a good episode time, I think. So, I'm going to call it here as I finish this up. So, till next time, this is Isaac Zephyr, and I'm signing out. And hopefully by next episode, I'll be expanding the outside of this room to accommodate our sheep. Or experience farming. I kind of have been jumping between ideas recently just because it's a matter of I want to get them all done so that I can continue, but I used the Eye of Ender last episode because my goal in the end is going to be to get that dragon, and most likely I'm going to be going in there with hopefully an infinity bow and a lot of dreams because I don't plan to be making all diamond gear unless I somehow wind up with a gratuitous amount of diamond. Alright, let's check on those cows. Yep, they're already growing. So, I'm going to end this episode as it starts and sign out. I'll see y'all later, heroes.